our technical issues. I have gotten Rura back in the stream. I am getting Sam back in the stream. Hello, Rura. Say hello and test your microphone while we're at it. We might as well.
I'm here.
That's a really good intro. Thank you. All right, so I will start this up. And while we do that, if you want to start reading The Outsiders and see if that tests out your mic, that would be very helpful.
Anyone look? Hi. Why? Why even me not her spaghetti around the fork and took a bite? Quite a lot, I believe. A brilliant researcher who discovered the world of the anomalous on her own. You even tried to create a theory to prove it. Or, in the eyes of the public, you eagerly accepted. Was the whole of the word offer. What do you want us to do then, Nine? Few hundred SCPs that are lethal to human life, we could destroy at least 3/4 of them. It's a win-win for both sides. We save funding, we save space, energy, and not to mention human lives. For fuck's sake, 173 is an inanimate statue that shits and snaps necks. Why the hell are we still containing it? When's the last time you ever thought of them as human beings and not just a number? I'm signed for a while. It's the part to abuse human life for our own benefit. Who said we ever could, Napkin? The Foundation has more than enough money to help solve global poverty. We have military assets to stop wars. Why are we not helping our fellow man then? Nine's voice was conservation button at the and then spoke into it. 2 classes I hated has become the government's a fucking is what I hope to gain. I'm confused. You hope to gain wine? One let us show chuckle. No, though, it is a pretty good wine. But I digress. Look at us. The O5s. We've each risen through the ranks of the Foundation, adopting its identity and ideology as our own. But you, You are the outsider. You're able to give us a different perspective on what we're actually doing, something we desperately need. We're all peering out from beneath the veil, but you're the only one looking from the outside in. One pause over a moment, reflecting on his thoughts. As for your questions, the answer is no. The Foundation will never be like that, because doing so contradicts what the Foundation is at its core. I'm sure you know about the proverb, if you play with fire, you get burned. Yeah? The anomalous is fire. Sure, man may have been able to tame and use that fire to their advantage, but what happens when that fire can't be put out? When it begins to harm people it was meant to help? When it becomes too big? You contain it. Feed it less oxygen, less fuel, but let it still burn. Exactly. The anomalous is not always inherently good or evil. By the way, you should try the wine. It's divine. Anne picked up her glass, sniffing the wine. She detected the subtle grape notes along with an unidentified aroma. She took a sip, tasting the liquid gold coursing down her throat. It's delicious. One smiled. Imagine if you were a caveman. You would think that it was magic, right? Yet there is a method to it that, once revealed, makes it seem simple. You're saying everything has an explanation. Well, not exactly. We're afraid of what we don't understand, and such is human nature. But once we understand what it is and what it can be, we become more than willing to use it to our advantage. One took another sip of his wine, smacking his lips. Why not destroy this harmful SCPs? Say that we do destroy it. What happens then? Maybe another one appears. We're not the GOC. Look at them now. Because of their actions, the library is forever lost to them. Then what about helping others? Mana does have a noble cause, but it's pointless. Are you expecting the Foundation to keep on helping them till the end of the world? Besides, we would have to update too many systems and protocols to the point that it would simply be a waste. I see your point, which makes a lot more sense, but we are optimized for R&D. Why not push the limits of humanity? Anderson is able to operate at such a high level because he's a businessman at heart. He seeks profit above all, and that is what drives him. If the Foundation were to try and overtake, we would eventually become him. One took another sip of his wine before rubbing his eyes slightly. I agree to you about the D-class. It's a horrible thing what we do here, but it's a necessity. In order to run an organization like this, you have to be cold. Because as much as our morality may cry out, the fact is the D-class provide us with the work needed to create it ourselves. One locked eyes with Nine, and through that Nine could see the toll of being leader of the Foundation for ages had taken on him. You're a normal civilian, Nine, with the exception that you accepted that the anomalous exists. That's why I involve you. You're the world that we seek to protect, but never truly understand. You're a reminder to this council of what the Foundation stands for and what it must do. One pressed the buzzer. The Foundation acts as a safeguard between the anomalous and humanity. We are the jailer, we die in the dark, so that humanity may live in the light, never fearing what lurks in the shadows. Just as he finished, the waiter came in with a bill. One looked at the bill with an uneasy smile and said, "So, do you want to go house?"
Snap, 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 snap.
That was a great reading. Thank you.
Good show, Outsider. Good show, Rura. Sam, you got one in mind to play? While our new friend Thea gets acclimated to the camera.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the stream. This is our first time meeting, I believe. Hello. Hi.
I'm Thea. I'm up really late at night. I'm at a wedding real soon. And I am a good friend of Sherman's.
Nice.
Thea sounds fine on the tack. I like the sound of that. The joys of new technology. I love this concept of a like 4-window YouTube show and having all my guests here, but you know, we're working out the hinky kinks. All right, let's see. Showing you shift our broadcast 1 hour ahead.
That showed up. Stream?
Was that what?
It was a king stream. It was recommended to me too, but that seemed normal.
Oh, that's a whole different stream. That's a whole different situation right there. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not the kind of show we're having tonight. I will tell you what, we are professionals. This is a research facility, dang it. We do on and off, on and off. All right, so Rura just finished The Outsiders. Thea, do you want a minute before your next story? Or are you good to go?
Yeah, I could take a minute. Thanks.
All right, Sam, you got something for us?
I didn't actually quite finish 1810. There was an interview at the log. There's an interview at the end if someone wants to hop in and help me do it.
Definitely. We got to be continued 18-1. So we're at show interview, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. We have a Madeline and an Amelia. So anyone want to particularly call a voice here?
I'm happy to take the doctor.
Sam will be the doctor.
I'll go with Madeline, I guess.
If you'd like to swap, I'm happy to do it the other way around.
I'm happy to be anyone too.
Yeah. Considering my very girl voice, I suppose I'll just take Madeline because I just. All right.
Okay. Ready?
Hey.
Madeline, my name is Dr. Amelia. How are you feeling, sweetie?
I'm okay, Dr. Amelia. My belly hurts.
Aw, did you eat something that made your tummy hurt?
Yeah, Mr. Piero gave me some weird meat and veggies. I ate it every day with him.
Weird food, huh? Do you know what it was he had you eat?
I don't know. He always ran away to get me food. He came back one day and I saw a bunch of funny plants and something weird in his pocket, and I heard them squeaking. He always stuffed them with a stick and put it over the fire. It was icky. And he kept getting hair in my food. It would squeak in the campfire too. It was scary. But I was hungry.
I see. That sounds nasty. Could you tell me more about how you met Mr. Piero? I want to learn as much as I can about him. Also, slow down, hun. I need to make sure I can record all this.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I'll try. Well, Mommy and Daddy both disappeared a long time ago. I was living with my big sister and her friends in the city, and one day I got into a fight with them over some food. They were hurting me really bad, and Mr. Pierre... Matthew was hitting me hard. I couldn't breathe. He showed up and he was yelling and he hit Matthew back. It was so funny after Mr. Pierre hit him. It was like a big Red Bull, and the others run away. Mr. Piero hugged me and told me everything was going to be okay. My friends hated me.
What happened next?
He took me. It was weird. Down in the ground in my
I see. What happened after that? Ah, okay. And did he bring you a new unicorn doll? No, dear. Please lay down. You're in no condition to jump up from your bed like that. Kind of? How do you mean, Madeline? Oh, that's terrible. I'll have another doctor come and fix that when I leave, hon.
And I saw more after that.
Oh, that's so sad. What happened next? Okay, I get the idea, little one. Is there anything else you need to tell me about Mr. Pierrot? Did you ever ask him what he was doing with the key? I'll see what I can do. Get some rest, Madeline. I promise when you wake up, you'll feel all better. Closing statement. Following the above interview, the witness's memories of the event were suppressed, and she was sent to an off-site medical facility for treatment before being placed in an orphanage. A sweep of the area that SCP-1810 was captured in showed the bodies of several children gathered in a room, with water-blurred notes of apologies surrounding the corpses. Upon the walls of the areas were inscriptions pertaining to the entity's desire to return to its home. In addition, the body of a mutilated horse was found in the room with the words Mauvais and Faux carved into its flank. Crude drawing of the main eyewitness, SCP-1810, and the horse was found, crushed in the corner of the room. The location of the key the eyewitness described has not been found. Jesus.
Yay, we made it to the end of the story that we missed that one part of.
We did the thing. The thing is did.
Now, one thing I've got really quick is I've got this sweet slideshow all set up that Rura made. Rura made all of these arts. And so I can go in the art thing.
Oh my god.
And it's going to slideshow fan arts. And I'm going to speed up that thing because it's a slow scroll and I want a less slow scroll. So let's rock that thing. Let's get it going. I can move that
these are
to the side a
incredible.
little bit. I can move it over here a little so you can see it better.
This is so good.
Yeah. And I will not sit in front of it like a jerk. So you mentioned that these were like a lot of different characters from the wiki, right?
Yep. A lot.
Let's see. I don't know if I did them in the order you did them, but there's a Simbrite, the tale, tell me all your thoughts on God. I'd really like to meet her. Sorry. Musical theater moment.
Never be sorry for art.
Art. We have Bright, Glass, and Cimmerian in one. We have SCP-3999 and Researcher Toleron, one of my favorites. Cimmerian in 1730. Project Lazarus Tale, Cimmerian with glasses. SCP
You can
217.
tell I have a favorite.
Well, he'll be here later today. He's got a nice little shift in the, let's see, Cimmerian will be joining us about 8 a.m. my time. So in about 5 hours.
Yeah, which means 10 p.m. my time, which is really late at night, but I'll try to hop in. Well, I won't be speaking in it, but I'll be listening in. Because
Fantastic.
it will be like really late.
You can be one of our chat kings. Help us keep that. Oh, and by the way, we got another donation while we were doing that story. SCP Illustrated can't join us tonight, but he donated $50 and he says hi.
Oh,
Hi.
thank you so much.
So SCP Illustrator is here with us in spirit and donation. Good guy illustrated. Good guy illustrated.
Mm.
And since we're having so much trouble with your mic, Rura, I'm not going to have you tell me more stories because it's hard to hear you, unfortunately. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
But how about, in the interest of testing, we give Thea a shot?
Okay, let's see. The one that I wanted to do is SCP-3616.
That's a good one.
All right. Item number SCP-3616. Object class, Euclid. Special containment procedures. A number of informants have been introduced into various literary communities and popular meeting places for such groups. Foundation operatives are also to take part in conventions and other events connected to literature and the science fiction genre. These agents are to be briefed on all known appearances of SCP-3616 and are to report all suspected individuals who may or have come into contact with SCP-3616. Web analysis bot Gamma 13 is currently assigned to the task of monitoring major literary and fan fiction websites for the appearances of SCP-3616. All suspected instances of the anomaly are to be immediately removed from these websites. Any victims of SCP-3616 are to be separated from the anomaly. If SCP-3616 obtains the information needed for anomalous effect to take place, the victims are to be moved into Foundation custody and monitored. When SCP-3616-1 event begins, these individuals are to be administered anesthetics in sufficient quantities. By the order of the Ethics Committee, if the effects of the anomaly are to become or are predicted to be severe, the victims are to be humanely terminated. Following the incident 3616-5, any contact with SCP-3616 is prohibited. Description. SCP-3616 is an anomalous individual or group of individuals manifesting regularly in places with developed literary communities. It manifests as a person of various gender and appearance, or as an online persona. In every case, they introduce themselves as an aspiring writer and participate in various literary communities and events. SCP-3616 is untraceable, both as a physical person and as an online entity. In case of its physical form, it disappears immediately after the line of sight is broken, and any tracking equipment planted on it is rendered inoperable. The online manifestations use non-existent IP addresses. Physical SCP-3616 instances are always characterized by a number of traits, notably mostly black clothing and unnaturally elastic fingers. The web instances are characterized by the account name composed of the letters E, I, M, R, S, and Y. SCP-3616's personality is not consistent between manifestations, but some of its traits are universal for all sightings, including reluctance to reveal personal information and interest in books belonging to the horror genre, in particular, body horror. As a part of its introduction to the community, SCP-3616 will present a number of literary works of high quality. The instance will then begin searching for its victim. Most commonly, an experienced and established writer. SCP-3616 will attempt to form a relationship with this individual, usually based on the mutual critique and feedback of works. Duration of the contact depends on the time it takes for SCP-3616 to obtain information needed for its anomalous effects to take place. If the contact is broken before this happens, the entity will not reappear. As the relationship with SCP-3616 persists, the victim will report increasing feelings of unease. In 73% of documented cases, the affected individuals suffer from sleep deprivation. The victims rarely associate these effects with SCP-3616. SCP-3616 will seek to manipulate its victims into sharing or writing a literary piece involving severe body damage. It's also required for the user to express satisfaction of the effect that this part of the story has on its readers. When this occurs, SCP-3616 will cease engaging in discussion with the victim and will not respond to any previous means of contact. After approximately 5 days from the last contact, SCP-3616 one event will take place. SCP-3616-1 events take place between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. and only when the victim is located in their bed. Any electronic devices will display and shows short messages. If no displays are present, the messages will appear on the walls or ceilings of the room, written in black liquid of unknown origin. As this happens, the victim become paralyzed and will begin to suffer hallucinations. Due to the effects of SCP-3616 on mental health and the nature of these hallucinations is difficult to determine. But it is presumed that they involved SCP-3616 and the scene described during the last conversation. After approximately 10 minutes since the beginning of the SCP-3616-1 event, the victim will begin to suffer body damage that they described during the last contact. The effects will cease within 1 hour. Transcript messages displayed during the documented SCP-3616-1 events include: "You brought this on yourself. Normal people don't come up with such things. Still so proud of it? This is your doing. You deserve it, you sick expletive." After SCP-3616-1 events, the victims usually suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder and severe mental health problems. The effect is presumed to not be anomalous. 96% of these individuals will also attempt to self-terminate shortly after the event, while also destroying their works. After a victim's funeral, a printed version of the individual story mentioned in the last contact will appear on the grave. The cover will depict the victim during the 3616-1 event, and the book will include a dedication to SCP-3616. Publisher information will point to a non-existent company named Reformed Writers Association. Dedications found in books recovered from victims' grave include: 2. SCP-3616, who helped me become a good human being. 4. SCP-3616, his therapy made me whole. 4. SCP-3616, the best teacher of my life. There are audio logs and interviews now that I will need a scene partner to help me out with.
You see audio logs and interviews? Oh.
All right,
So-
we have.
so
let's see.
let's get
This is- All right, I'll play this one with you,
So,
Thea. Sound good?
Thank you. Be Agent Miller. I'm going to be the SCP.
Roger that. Give us the forward.
Agent Miller approached SCP-3616 while the entity was seated in the Redacted Cafe in Redacted, Canada, awaiting a scheduled meeting with its current target. The victim was removed from the building before they could approach SCP-3616. Begin log.
Good evening. Mind if I take a seat?
I'm waiting for someone. Besides, cafes are not the spot you go to find a date.
Redacted is not coming. Not now and not anytime soon. Why don't we chat for a moment?
Who are you?
Someone who needs to ask you a few questions.
Cryptic answers only work in shitty crime books. Get to the point. I do not like to waste time.
Very good. I'll be blunt. Who are you? What are you?
Are you trying to offend me? It's serious business. Let's chat.
What exactly are you? Why do you do this?
I am someone who has broken their shackles, a product of terror and horrible minds. Does this answer satisfy you?
Cryptic answers only work in shitty crime books.
What makes you think this isn't one? Have you ever questioned your own existence? Well, you'll have to think yourself out of this because this topic is over.
Your motivation.
Why do you even care? Some of the best villains have virtually no backstory. I know something about that, but I'm digressing. Tell me, Agent, because I presume that is your title. Have you ever witnessed torture?
I have seen enough.
And car crash victims, war casualties. Humans taken apart, limb by limb, guts sprayed on walls, their owners still looking at them with empty eyes, children torn in two by explosions.
Sherm, you froze both audio and video.
Sherman is froze.
He is frozen. Time for an impromptu singing of Let It Go. No, I won't do that.
Oh no, Sherman, come back to us.
Come here, be queer, be ready for fear. Where are you?
Tommy.
Okay.
Am I back?
He's back.
Am I alive?
Back.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Everything. Okay, everything's
Oh.
back. We didn't crash.
Okay. Children torn in two by explosions? Question mark. That's your cue.
I have dealt with worse things like freezing midstream.
Yes, you have. I see it in your eyes. Some of it you don't remember, but you have. Don't they come back to you at night?
Sometimes. What does it matter?
Oh, it does. You see, things that keep you awake at night are just entertainment to others, to sick people, to people who enjoy watching their fellow humans suffer, humans like me. Don't you feel anger when you think of it?
No.
I do. They're despicable things, not worthy of compassion and understanding. But there are worse people. There are people who produce these damn artworks. These people who create the likes of me. And to those I bring exactly what they love so much. Suffering.
You are sick. These are only stories. They do not harm anyone. You do.
Do not harm anyone? You know so little. And yes, I do harm them. I draw pleasure from every second of their pain, just like they did. Don't you see that they deserve it? That their own nightmares, products of their imagination coming for them at night, they would make an imaginary human suffer. How is that better than harming a real one? Your imagination is not only in your head. My work is therapy, a work I enjoy. Most make the right decision after I show them how horrible they are. Those who don't are harmless enough to live with the rest of their pitiful days in peace.
Enough. You are being taken into Foundation custody.
That would be an anticlimactic ending, don't you think? Still in the first act. End log. Afterward. Following SCP-3616 words, a sudden electricity shortage turned off all the light sources in the building. Before agents could activate their torches, the entity had disappeared. Since the event, there had been no successful attempt to physically approach an SCP-3616. There is another incident report.
Sam, you want to take Agent White this time?
Sure, I'm happy to hop in.
Sweet.
Cool. Okay. I'll get the forward.
Thank you.
Agent White has established contact with SCP-3616 after it was located by Gamma-13 on a lesser-known fan fiction site, Redacted. The conversation was held over private messages sent using the website. Contact lasted for 3 weeks. The experiment was supposed to determine whether SCP-3616 was able to negatively affect the victim's frame of mind despite knowledge of its effects and proper mental preparation. Every 4 days, Agent White was to report to Site-37 Infirmary to conduct measurements and tests regarding SCP-3616 effect on neurology.
Hi there. I've read some of your works, and you seem to be quite good at this. Would you read a piece of mine?
Sure thing. Send me a link. Which one of my pieces have you read? Because they're all good.
Here it is. Link removed. I saw the thing in the ice. You're able to build tension very well. There's a lot of character development, which pays off well.
Wow, this is pretty good, although I seriously dislike the first half. You're kind of overdoing the description of the environment. It's not really that interesting. Better focus on the cool stuff than bore the reader to death with something that you can't really make work. Irrelevant data removed.
So, do you think I should expand this plotline?
Yeah, I think it has the strongest emotional value. It's spooky.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be. You know, I was inspired by the Hellraiser. Awesome movie. It traumatized me as a kid, though. That scene in the attic still gives me chills.
Yeah, it was awesome. Loved it too. 2 days after the last message was sent, Agent White failed to attend his scheduled meeting. An investigation discovered Agent White and his wife's mutilated bodies in their apartment. The wounds were found to corresponding to those suffered by a character named Julia and Frank in the movie Hellraiser. A hidden camera was found in Agent White's room, presumably planted there by him. Analysis of the footage revealed that during SCP-36161 event that took place, a number of messages referencing the agent's enjoyment of the movie were displayed. Notably, still so awesome, and there is only flesh. Because of this change in SCP-3616's behavior, any contact with the entity is prohibited, and any sightings are to be immediately taken down as per containment procedures. Yay!
Yay!
Thank
you, Thea.
Ooh,
Those
thank you.
after
was-
after DMing some Dungeons and Dragons campaign and putting my characters through all sorts of garbage, that's the kind of thing that scars me for life.
Incredible.
I'm scared.
On the topic of D&D, I have a campaign with my girlfriend and our other significant other, and it's, to put it in the simplest terms, it is a ball of chaos. Imagine a clown car, but the clowns all are roughly, I think we're like level 7s, 8s at this point. And they're basically just driving that around, and we're all chaotic neutral. It's great.
That is a clown car of chaos. Although now I'm also imagining that all of your characters are literally clowns, and that just makes me happier.
That makes me more scared.
As it should. Happy Halloween. At least we don't have clown moms this year.
Oh no.
Silver linings.
Where did
Spooky
that
light.
did they ever figure out where the clowns came from?
Where do clowns come from?
No.
Ask your father.
So when a mommy clown and a daddy clown love each other very much.
Oh, Lord. I think at some point we need to read a Herman Fuller's disquieting circus tale today.
Oh yeah. Let me just pull up the tag.
I just don't know any. I don't know a lot of the Herman Fuller canon, but now I'm in the mood for spooky clowns.
Spooky clowns, spooky clowns, spooky clowns. Let me just pull up.
Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting. Here's the hub.
Tales or SCPs. Oh, there's Icky the Magic Clown. Let's read that. Let's read that. Sherm, do you want to read it, or should I read it? Or I know you. Oh, you're frozen again.
Oh,
That's a big yike.
Let it go.
Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let's stop. Can we actually get copy striked on this? Let's hope we don't get copy striked on this. Let's have a bit of mercy to our wonderful Sherm friend.
Oh, no.
I think we're probably fine on Get Vocal, but I'd worry about the YouTube stream getting
Yeah, that. Big yikes. The worst part is that he is frozen at the moment.